Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Friday evening session of the 2024 Hungarian Darts Trophy. The first round brought to you live by the PDC Europe as we're coming to you from the amazing MVM Dome here in Budapest, Hungary. Time now to get our next two players onto the stage. Would you please welcome first from Stockport, England, the world number 6. The winner of 8 PDC titles, a former UK Open and World Match Play champion. It's time to welcome back the ASP, Nathan opponent from Poland, the world number 27, a World Match Play semi-finalist with 10 PDC titles to his name. Time to meet the Polish eagle, Krzysztof Ratajski.
Krzysztof Ratajski making his way to the stage to take on Nathan Aspinall, very recently returned to action. The man who we saw at the World Match Play trying to defend his title bravely, despite the injury problems that have plagued him. He privately did not believe that he could go and win it. And it turns out he was right, because he went out in round 2 to James Wade. But then took some time off, did not compete in Australia and New Zealand on the World Series, skipped a bunch of stuff on the Pro Tour and the Euro Tour as the action resumed following the World Series break, and only came back to competitive action this week in Wigan. Now, it wasn't the most spectacular return to action. He was beaten in round 1 on both days, but he was averaging around that 90 mark, which is at least something. It wasn't dreadful. But we don't know, A, how he's feeling about the arm, B, how the treatment has gone, and C, whether it will stand up to the rigours of long days of darts, because he's only done his, a couple of hours practice and then played 1 game in the 2 days that he's competed in so far. If he wins today, it will just be a 1-game day tomorrow. But Sunday would be the real test. He's got to get there, though. And he's up against Krzysztof Ratajski, who's got the bit between his teeth as he looks to force his way into the reckoning for the European Championship will be his first target. The World Grand Prix looks like it's too much to do, but who knows? Win one of these titles, and he's done it twice before. Something magical could happen, Dan McCarthy.
174. And a 174 is a good way to start something magical, but yeah, it's great to see Nathan Aspinall back on the European Tour stage. First time he's played since Kiel, when he was beaten in round 1 by Richie Edhouse in the middle of a very purple patch he was having. It will be interesting to see how he does cope. I think there will have been a few surprise faces to see that he opted to come and play here, but he must be feeling okay if he's playing 2 Pro Tours during the week and then coming straight onto a Euro Tour. He must be feeling like his arm is getting okay, and the words he used in the practice room were, it's getting there. So maybe not 100%, but close to.
I think he had an exhibition to play as well last night, so he's evidently launching himself back into action, but it's Krzysztof Ratajski who's launched himself into this opening leg. Potential 12 darter coming in.
96. Krzysztof, you go 130.
Well, he's got a big legion of fans, Nathan Aspinall, so they won't be too pleased if Ratajski lands 130. Tried to stack it on top of the first dart.
58.
Great to set up, and this would be greeted with a celebration, I imagine, if he gets 152. We'll never know.
$58. Guess we've got 72.
Double 12. The double 18. 36 for 36. Looks a bit awkward, that. Oh, sneaks it in the corner. Double 18 pin for a breaker throw and a 15-dart start for the Polish number 1. First time these two have played each other on the Euro Tour, which is a little bit surprising, particularly with how long they've been around at the top end of the game. But they have competed in some of the biggest tournaments in the world over the years.
123.
Nathan winning at the World Championship. Great game, that one, 4-3 back in 2020. Also beat Krzysztof on his way to the World Match Play title last year. But in between those two, Krzysztof has won at the World Series finals, the UK Open, the World Grand Prix.
$55.
Been an uncharacteristically poor year on the Euro Tour for Krzysztof. Since he won in Jena at the end of last year, he's only made round 3 a couple of times. He's not made the final session of one of these all year, and a player of his calibre, you would expect better.
Just look, he's still good and he's still dangerous and he's still capable of very good performances, but it's not the metronomic, freakish consistency where he just seems to average 96 for an entire year in every strata of the game. You're not seeing that from Krzysztof.
140.
Nathan first to a finish, but Krzysztof should be on a much more makeable one.
100. Nathan, you go 164.
Indeed it is. Oh, another treble 19. Bullseye.
118.
Quite a way off target, as Nathan Aspinall theatrically reveals.
Oh, it's just the wrong side of the wire. 74, treble 14 for double 16. Or is he looking at the 18s? No. Go the route that makes more sense for Krzysztof, who's very much a double 16 man where possible. Double top is found. Nathan Aspinall breaks straight back. Only 2 legs in, but the encouraging thing is there's no sort of reaching for the elbow. There's no sort of grimaces of pain or anything.
There's been more grins than grimaces.
Because we saw a lot of that in the first sort of few months of the year. Obviously, the workload very high for Nathan.
58.
Premier League and all sorts of stuff he was competing in. Just trying to get as much money won because he knew that there would be a spell where he would have to take time away.
$99. $57. I think you're 164.
Need to go the bullseye route. I think that's why he started on top. I really wish he had have gone for treble 18 now.
8.
Yeah, frustrating on that.
$58. I can require 84.
Again, no need to use the bullseye at the end of this.
44.
Interesting here that Nathan has twice chosen to leave double top when normally I'd have expected him to be looking at double 16.
58. I can require 40.
Well, it worked out nicely for him in the last leg. Not so nice this time. Wasn't far away. The bulbous barrel makes that awkward. He's going to have to try and loop this over the top.
Good from the third leg, Nathan.
Or sneak in right next to it. Lovely dart from Nathan Aspinall.
Yeah, very impressive. Do wonder whether Nathan Aspinall is playing on tops here. Look, he's got no problem in qualifying for the World Grand Prix. The guy is number 6 in the world rankings, and he's set to go up to number 5 at the end of this weekend, unless Dave Chisnall goes and basically defends the money he won 2 years ago when he won in Belgium on the Euro Tour. Because Chizzy has just jumped up to number 5 following the midweek Pro Tours, but some money comes off, so he'll go back to number 6 probably.
60.
But he's going to be at the World Grand Prix, and double start, he may think, look, let's just get in the habit of going for double top, because double top obviously gives you the option of hitting a 9-darter in double start, whereas double 16 would not. Unlikely that it's going to make that much of a difference, but it could be the difference in a leg.
177.
Second time Ratajski has hit 3 big trebles without it being a 180.
100. $60. 81.
Important last start there.
108.
The Shanghai finish. There's some pressure on this. 9 scored, so no good.
Second time he's just been the wrong side of the wire down the bottom section of the board.
48. I can require 120.
120 then for a break of throw. And a third leg on the bounce. Has to move across because those darts do stick up.
Good.
Nathan Aspinall back on the Euro Tour with a bang.
Fifth leg is Nathan going first.
Not doing much wrong here at the back end of legs, Nathan Aspinall.
Okay.
There's the Asp that's been missing from the Euro Tour for the last few months. And it's testament to his quality, but also his battling qualities, that even with the injuries, when we last saw him on the European Tour, he was beaten in Kiel, wasn't it, by Richie Edhouse. And look, Edhouse is amazing, average 106. But the Euro Tour prior to that in Riesa, which is the last time he won games on the Euro Tour, he won with 113 average. That's as good as we've seen from him on the European Tour. He still played really good stuff, despite having all these injury problems. Because it was not easy. And he has been suffering some real angst in the last few months. And it's not over. Wondering what his career is going to be like.
85.
Not the first time as well that Nathan Aspinall's progress has been halted by injury. One injury is bad enough, but to suffer another one, have to go through treatment again and have to miss tournaments. Real testament to his determination to battle back and get fit.
100.
He's had to knock things like golf on the head, or at least has done significantly.
137. Nathan 116.
Try and prioritise his darts fitness. Now, on treble combo, 419s leaves tops. Once again, Asp trying to leave himself on double top. He's unable to do it here.
56.
Could have tried to go for double 19 to leave tops, but sensibly went for the 18s. 20 for tops. Can he slot that in? Yes, he can.
Krzysztof Ratajski.
Ratajski breaks back.
Yeah, 72 two ways for Krzysztof. And treble 12 for double 18 the first time. This time it was single 12, single 20 tops. Nothing between them right now in the averages. 91.
140.
Nathan has created a couple more chances as darts at double, not very much. Tight. Sort of game you'd kind of expect from these two.
180.
There's 180 call from Kirk Bevins.
6.
Aspinall just been reeled in here.
$96. Six. There's a bit of 126.
Go bull.
$94.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nathan not on a finish, he can do what he likes.
Looking to apply maximum pressure.
180.
And that's what he does to leave 61. But Krzysztof Ratajski and double 16, usually a match made in heaven. Double 8 normally just as good.
60.
Big opportunity miss for Ratajski.
61.
And this to break back after being really nowhere in this leg.
Always the danger. Leaves 11. Double 4. Re-establish the two-leg gap.
57.
Very nearly pinched that leg away from Ratajski, having been way, way back.
Getting tricky. Oh, once again, 3 darts just on the outside. Trying to work his way closer in. Double 2 then. Nathan Aspinall has pinched that. A bit of darting daylight robbery.
Yeah, knows he was fortunate there, but credit to him. Look, other players might not have been sticking at it and hit the 180 to get themselves back in with a chance if there were multiple errors. First time in this match where we've seen somebody do something like that. Krzysztof missing 6 darts at double.
137.
Still not won one of these European Tour events, Nathan Aspinall. Something on his darting bucket list.
134.
Yeah, always seem to run out of steam in the final days of them. Did manage to get to his first final in Munich before losing out to Michael Smith. The second 180 from Krzysztof. He's outscoring Nathan to some tune, but Nathan is far better or more clinical on the finishing. But only really because of that one leg where Krzysztof made a horrible mess. In this corner of the board. No such problem this time. 11 dart leg from the Polish number one. Breaks straight back, throwing to level the game here at 4 apiece. And this is a real test for Nathan Aspinall.
And it was always likely to be as well. I think if Nathan Aspinall could pick any player in the draw to avoid when he's making his Euro Tour comeback off the back of injury, I don't think he'd have chosen to grind one out against Ratajski. The archetypal tough player to beat.
$97.
Danny Knott at the Dutch number 2 awaits the winner. If it is Nathan who holds on to win this, it'll be yet another Euro Tour meeting between the Asp and the Freeze, because they just kept on playing each other last year because they were seeded 8 and 9 most of the time.
Doesn't like it. See, it's kicked over a bit, but that's a lovely adjustment. Oh, sensational.
177.
11 darter from Ratajski. Nathan Aspinall threatening to hit one straight back at him.
$82. Nathan, you require 88.
Could prove to be a really costly dart. Surely going to go 18 or treble. He's the bullseye. And he pins it. Not had any problem with that target so far.
Nathan to throw first.
Could be the killer blow. 12 darter, bull finish. He's just been hit with a 4-visit leg. He produces one of his own. The average for Nathan has now climbed to nearly 97. And as returns to action go on the European Tour, I think this is ticking most of the boxes. It's not his best stuff, we know that, but there's an awful lot of good stuff in there. And it looks as if he's doing it without any obvious discomfort.
140.
Normally associate Nathan with being a massive scorer, but finishing's been excellent. 5 from 9. It's a percentage that's going to win many matches.
Yeah, this is a decent version of Krzysztof Ratajski he's beating here. Not won it yet, but that visit gives him a real chance of setting up and taking out in the next 6 darts.
Such a good first dart. So he'll be disappointed to only walk away with a ton. Not just a treble 20, it's the way that it's sat up in the treble 20 bed.
Yeah, you're collecting those darts in frustration rather than pride that you managed to sneak one in last dart to the treble.
146.
But he's got 6 darts from here anyway.
$56.
Well, he's just hit a bull finish and he might be reduced to 1 dart at the bull again.
100. Nathan, you require 90.
For a winning return to the European Tour. Nathan Aspinall wants the bullseye. He sends it wide.
Krzysztof, you require 82.
Singles 17. One dart at tops.
62.
Massive miss from Krzysztof Ratajski. Would have been a break and 5-4 and game very much on. As it is, Nathan Aspinall back on the Euro Tour, back from injury and back winning games. A 6-3 victory for the ASP. Their first ever meeting on the Euro Tour goes against the Polish Eagle, and Nathan Aspinall, with no signs of injury problems, moves through to round